Hey guys, well, as you can see, more chameleons, and we had a pretty decent size order this week for chameleons, so we had to get over 100 in, well, preferably one night, and it really wasn't that difficult. One of the cool things is, well, we have just went live with our new website, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I wanted to talk about some stuff from some previous videos, especially the rack situation. There's a few comments that have popped up, and basically the comments have been, if you don't think that racks are okay, you need to do research, because specifically the ball pythons were brought up. Ball pythons spend 99% of their time in their cave, and in the wild they spend most of their time underground, so it's okay if they are in a rack system their entire life, because 99% of the time they're just in their little cave. Considering the fact that you take the ball python out, you put it back in the little thing, you close it up, and unless it's a really nice one, most of the time you're not seeing inside of it. There's usually not a screen or ventilation or anything. Some of them there are, but most of the time you don't see the snake unless you open the thing. And where is it gonna go? It's gonna go in the only place where, oh, that's its home, that's where I'm gonna stay, balled up 99% of the time. I don't know if you guys know who Dave Kaufman is. I'm sure a lot of you do. More people know about Dave Kaufman than they know about me, because he's a bigger channel. That's great. He's awesome. He goes to the countries and the places where these popular animals live, and he sees how we're keeping them wrong, basically. And this is a series that I'm sure a lot of you know of. Okay, and when he went and did the ball python video, what did he find out? Tell me, what did he find out? Not only were they eating a lot of birds, they spent a lot of time in trees. Like, the people who were catching them and farming these animals were like, yeah, they're in the trees, especially after like a rain or something like that. They don't spend their entire lives underground 99% of the time. They move around, they climb, they do all sorts of things. Just because they are known to be burrowing animals that live in these holes with higher humidity than most people give them does not mean that they spend their entire lives underground. So just because you're simulating, like, yeah, a big portion of their life doesn't mean you're simulating their entire life, okay? If the goal is to treat these animals well when we have them in captivity, then that should be the goal. And in order to do that, you have to simulate at least as much as possible what they do in the wild. So if you have these giant rack systems full of animals, and you're just like, oh, they're fine because they live in a burrow their entire life, you are purposefully neglecting the other part of their life because it makes you feel better. Because you're telling yourself that, and it's not logical. So no matter what you say about, you need to do research, motherfucker, I have done research. Okay? Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna say that. You know why? I have done research, okay? On top of this, like, I'm in school for wildlife conservation. I know that doesn't necessarily mean I know everything. But when it comes to removing these non-native and invasive species from the wild, this is another thing. When it comes to removing these animals from the wild, I'm not doing anything wrong. Nor do I care if you have an issue with it. Basically, 5% of all proceeds that we get for our business, any sale that we do, 5% of that is going to go to conservation groups in Florida. Not USARK. USARK does its own thing. That's fine. Those are for pet keepers. That USARK isn't about conservation. Okay? And I'm not trashing USARK. USARK is not for conservation. USARK is for the protection of pet keepers. Okay? There's a difference. Our goal is conservation in Florida. 5% of proceeds are going to go to conservation efforts. Not exactly sure which ones yet. We are working on that. And if you guys know of any conservation efforts that do really good work, that aren't just like, you know, basically paying to keep themselves alive, that are actually doing the work, please let us know. We have a business email that'll be down below, or you can go to contact us on our website. It's, again, www.dnaexotics.com. Any of these animals, the non-native stuff that you see in our videos, go to the website, and if you use, and I'm going to say it right now, if you use the code SLITHER in the description, or when you go to check out the coupon code, for the next week, we are doing a 10% off discount for sales. Okay, so use the code SLITHER, and you'll get 10% off whatever you buy in the store. Doesn't matter what kind of animal it is, 10% off. So I hope you guys, go and do that. We're trying to really get up and going. And I say a lot of the stuff we do is wholesale. So yeah, if you are a large scale breeder, or you do shows, or you do wholesale, whatever the case may be, we have a wholesale link right next to the shop, and you just contact us and we'll send you the page of all the wholesale stuff that we do and our prices and everything like that. But yeah, if you guys seriously want a pet, comes directly from Florida, you will be contributing to getting rid of the issues of non-native invasive species we have in Florida. And the goal is to go and work with whoever we can that actually wants to help with these conservation efforts, and to get bigger and bigger, and hopefully actually put a dent in this stuff. That is the eventual goal. I want to actually physically do something to help the environment in Florida. And yeah, I'm making money doing it. I don't really care if you have a problem with that. Okay? Somebody has got to, there's a bunch of moral hangups we have, people that saying things like, oh, you're taking animals out of the environment, are the same people who are thinking that racks are okay. There is a dead spot in some people that I don't really care about. And if you got a problem with that, I don't really care. You go to the pet store and you buy an animal and you think it's, from some specific breeder or whatever, there's a good chance it's probably a wild-caught animal. You know how many people I see who own Savannah monitors? No one's breeding Savannah monitors. Those are all coming from farms, directly from Africa. They got a whole bunch of sicknesses and stuff like that. I don't really care if, some people are going to have their moral hang-ups on things that they don't understand. And that's fine. But we at DNA Exotics are gonna do something about the stuff that is here in Florida that isn't supposed to be. And if you guys have any sort of criticism, or any sort of hey, you should do this or do that, please feel free to go, say something down below. Part of why I want to start doing these videos too is to give not necessarily a press conference, but kind of a weekly vibe, or maybe bi-weekly vibe of what's going on, talking about our herping stuff. Obviously in the background, there are videos of us going out and catching these chameleons. This week that was mostly what it was. We also did get 200 brown anoles. But yeah, it's just, and we got 200 brown anoles just from this one spot. We could go out and get 5,000 in a night if we really put our minds to it. I'm not joking. But the issue is, that's probably a little exaggerated. But, if we had enough people, we definitely could. But, you can only get so much at one time. So if we're doing this consistently, it's actually putting a dent in certain spots, because we go there, and where we used to be able to get, a couple hundred on a quarter-mile stretch, not even a quarter-mile stretch, it'd take us 30 minutes to get a couple hundred. It's only, it's taking twice as long to get half that. So the numbers are being impacted by a spot-to-spot basis. Now, there are a lot of spots in Florida for a lot of these species, but hopefully, at least in some of these areas where these native green anoles are at, we're hopefully giving them a little bit of something to grab onto and making some money in the process. So, you can have your moral hangups about it. I don't really care. Last little thing I wanted to cover was about the video I did about Tom Crutchfield. Again, another one of those situations where I don't care if you got a problem with what I said. I said what I said what I meant, and I meant what I said 100%. Is that how it goes? But, yeah, I don't think Tom's necessarily a bad person, but he's admitted to all this stuff. He wants the attention. He's the one who's going out and is going to be in this documentary. And, if you want to sit here and defend him, that's fine. but it's not like this stuff is hidden. He got in legal trouble back in the 90s multiple times because he was doing stuff that was illegal. And now, he is the guy who's advocating for keeping animals the correct way, which is great. Y'all who are sitting here criticizing me about my take on racks, go criticize Tom Crutchfield because he feels the exact same way. The exact same way. Okay? He's not a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He's just a guy. He's made some mistakes. I'm pointing out that there's going to be a lot of crap, and he's a part of all of the crap that's about to happen. That was the whole point. So no, I'm not going to feel bad for what I said. You can sit here and dick ride him all you want. I don't care. It's as simple as that. But anyway, seriously, thank you guys for watching. Again, DNAexotics.com website is officially up by the time you see this. The coupon code will be activated. So if you buy something from us, an order from us, and you put in the coupon code SLITHER, you will get 10% off your purchase over the next week. So maybe that's something you might want to consider. Do you want a veiled chameleon? Do you want a tokay gecko? What do you want? If it's on there, let us know. That includes jumping spiders as well. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, everything is in the description below, and I will see you on the next one.